Welcome to your one-stop shop for everything about mitochondria red light therapy.
We ordered the MyLight Pro from Mychondria, which consists of 2 MyLight Max panels. These panels are great. They're meant for full body. With these panels comes hanging wires and a carabiner, along with a door hanger, so we could take and hang this up. There we go. Since there are 2 MyLight Max panels, it comes with this daisy chain. What this does is it allows you to link the 2 panels together and plug them into one outlet versus 2, whereas right now we have them plugged into 2 separate outlets, only because this kind of gets in the way when it's hanging on the door. Since it doesn't bend, it just kind of sticks out. In the future, we will use this when we put the MyLight Max panels on the rack that it came with for a different use case. So each of the MyLight Max panels come with protective eyewear. These are blackout eyewear. You could not see anything through these bad boys. They work wonderfully. Although it is not bad for your eyeballs to look at the MyLight Maxes, it can get slightly uncomfortable. With our MyLight Pro purchase, we also get this awesome rack to put the lights on. We have not finished putting this together yet, so that is why our lights are currently hanging on a door. But with this rack, you have the ability to either put your lights vertically as they are on the door next to each other, or once we put it all together, we will be able to hang it horizontally, and we intend to put it over a massage bed so that we can lay and reap all the benefits from the red light. So we don't have plans to use our MyLight Max is in this version, like to have them vertically on the rack. But we did want to take the time to just set this up and show you what it would look like. However, right now this is very tall, so you can adjust the rack to then lower them and have them at whatever point on your body you would like them. This is just kind of the setup of how the 2 panels would look vertically on the rack.
So while you're putting these together, you want to make sure that you take these hangers out. This is usually what the carabiner and the wire are hanging from. So you want to make sure you take these out so these can lay flat against each other, or you're not going to be able to get these screws here actually in the hole.
So this is the horizontal setup and our end goal. We also do have the chain on here to connect the 2 panels together, and I'll show you that they both do now light up with only being plugged in to one outlet. I'll shut them off. I'm going to put this where we'd like it, lock it into place, and just show you. We have it set to be, it's about 11 inches away. We like it a little bit closer, but this seemed like a good settling point, since the time for the same benefits at 12 inches and 8 inches are the same. So this will be our setup and how we do this. I highly recommend goggles in this situation, but this covers your whole body and you don't have to worry about missing anything. With Mychondria, you get access to their red light therapy learning area. This has downloadable user manuals for both the MyLight Move and then the MyLight Midi and Max user manuals. It also tells you how long of a session you should do for what benefits. There's low dose benefits, medium dose benefits, and high dose benefits. And you can situate the lights anywhere from 6 to 60 inches from your body for the MyLight Maxes to still receive all of these different benefits for a different length of time, and they show that for you, which is great, so you don't have to think too hard about it. And there's also a link, so if you want a custom protocol based on the benefits that you are looking for, you can just click the next button and answer a few questions. But also, if you still have questions at the bottom, you can go to the FAQ page or click on email us and email the Mychondria team.
Mychondria produces red light that falls between 600 to 700 nanometers and near-infrared wavelengths of 800 to 900 nanometers. This is why some lights may appear to not be working, but don't worry, that's just the near-infrared lights. These lights produce 0 EMFs at treatment distances and are flicker-free. Some of the benefits you may experience from using Mychondria red light therapy are increased cellular energy, which allows your body to heal, regenerate, and rejuvenate. Decreased pain and inflammation, improved sleep quality, speed of recovery, and more. So we wanted to give you examples of what we've personally noticed about the Mychondria. We love the horizontal setup. The vertical was also good, but just being able to lay on the bed is a complete game changer. Yeah. Works so much better.
Yeah, I would find myself kind of like bobbing back and forth because my eyes were closed.
Yeah.
And so I definitely prefer being able to lay down, and it makes it better. I usually do this at 4:30 in the morning, and it helps me wake up, and it's easier to lay down than try to stand up and bob back and forth that early in the morning.
Yeah. The biggest benefit I've personally noticed is, like, even after, I think it was 2 or 3 days, I was like, so I track my sleep on my iPhone every night, and usually I was getting a 75% sleep score. And when I started using this every single day, first thing in the morning for 8 minutes front, 8 minutes back, sleep score's been regularly in the 90s. Last night I actually got a 94 for the first time, which is pretty awesome. I actually got 8 hours of sleep though, which was nice. So yeah, that's the biggest thing I've noticed. What's the biggest one you've noticed?
So for me, I think the biggest thing I've noticed was a clear mind. Being at work, I work on a computer, so it used to be, I get there, I'm so tired and groggy and just needed caffeine, and like sometimes you're just looking at the screen and it just goes blurry because you're tired and like your mind is foggy. So I definitely noticed big time, like a clear mind, more energy, because I don't go to work and instantly need caffeine. And like I said, I've been waking up at 4:30 in the morning. And so to not be so exhausted at that time of the day feels amazing. I've also noticed enhanced sleep in the way of, I noticed a lot of dreaming. So every day I kind of wake up and I'm like, wow, I dreamt so much and I must have slept a lot deeper and things like that. But these things that you notice that are not always readily apparent, it takes a bit of self-reflection to realize that these changes are even happening. You don't wake up and you're just like, clear mind. Yeah. And it takes some days. Regular use is best. But then eventually you're like, wow, I'm starting to realize that I do genuinely feel better right now. And you know what? I didn't need caffeine today. And holy cow, it really does work.
Yeah, you have to be conscious about it. Yeah. It's not something that's going to be mind-blowingly different. I wouldn't have really noticed that my sleep score was that much better, besides the fact that I'm not waking up as much at night. But since I'm actually tracking, I'm like, oh, okay, wow, yeah, I am sleeping a lot deeper. My deep sleep's a lot better. REM sleep's a lot better, which I think she gets plenty of deep sleep already because she just passes out. But I think maybe REM sleep is what she's lacking, and maybe that's why she's dreaming more.
Yeah, I've also been on a weight loss journey, and I have noticed since using this, now I can't say that it's the reason for it, but it's definitely not helping. It's definitely making a difference, or at least I feel that it's making a difference. And even inflammation. So while losing weight, typically my body gets super inflamed if I work out, and I've noticed that when using this, I can actually get a real idea of the weight I'm losing in less time. So before, I would have to take 2 or 3 days of rest before my body would be less inflamed, the inflammation would go down from one workout to be able to weigh myself and not be up 2-3 pounds. So I feel like there's definitely less inflammation that I'm noticing after working out. And then something that just kind of was a great benefit for the both of us that I don't think either of us really expected was the increased sex drive. Like it has definitely made a change because there's nothing else I've been doing that would make that change.
That, yeah. And
So-
I've also been noticing the inflammation thing because typically after I work out and do like a really hard workout, the next day I'll gain like a pound or 2 on the scale because I weigh myself daily, and that's just from inflammation, my body holding more water and everything like that. I haven't noticed quite as big of fluctuations.
Yeah, so that's great. We also do use this medical grade red light therapy for our dogs. So we'll throw some pictures in the video for you. They love it. We bought them some goggles and they just lay in front of the red light and absolutely love the heat. And we definitely noticed some benefits for them too. She's anywhere from 10 to 14-year-old Pyrenees mix. She loves it, and she's never been like super playful, but since we've been doing red light, like she'll run upstairs and just be super playful and super cute, and it seems like it's definitely helping her. And then our poodle, I'm hoping that it's helping her. I mean, she's the one with the most issues, and so
Inflammation,
yeah,
things like that.
like her back acts up and stuff. And I mean, I've noticed her getting hurt less, but who knows? I mean, can't hurt, might help.
Yeah, it's not like she can tell us if she's feeling any better or not.
Right.
But they do suggest just to do like 5 minutes with the dogs because they do enjoy the warmth of it so much that they'll just lay there for like an hour if you let them. So they said just do it for about 5 minutes and that should be enough for them. They're also so much smaller than like a human, so I'm guessing maybe that has something to do with the size, but that's pure speculation. I'm not sure exactly the science behind the dog side of things.
I just know if you were to pay a vet to do low light level therapy, like you're gonna be paying out the wazoo for this stuff.
Yeah.
And so to be able to use it for both our animals and for ourselves is amazing. They love, I don't think you can see them, but they're all laying around our feet right now. They absolutely love laying around us when we do the red light. And it's kind of a great bonding time for us and the dogs.
Yeah.
So I would give this a 20 out of 10 if I could.
Oh yeah. And Kaylee was looking into this for like months before, and I was super skeptical. She's like, oh, well, I could go to this place and do it and blah, blah. I'm gonna look at different companies and everything. And I was like, it's light. Is it really gonna do that much? I know the research says it does. So I went into it super skeptical, like, oh, this isn't gonna do anything. And then as I started paying attention to my sleep score and then also the brain fog and started kind of being conscious after noticing my sleep score was way up, then I was like, oh, okay, I guess it does work. Good job.
Yeah, and I mean, you could go, we have a couple, like biohacky type of places around here that you could go and do, like cryo and red light and saunas and stuff like that. And they're amazing, and I absolutely love it. In fact, I intend to be a member. But the cost of unlimited of doing this there would, I think, be $400 a month. And so why not just buy it and put it in our own house so we can both use it instead of paying $800 a month for unlimited somewhere else, and we don't have to go anywhere. We walk to our basement. It's been amazing. We have noticed zero change in our electricity bill, so that's great.
Yeah. And I'm a personal trainer, so it's something that I can also incorporate in with my clients. So if you're a trainer or have like a health spa or anything like that, this would be awesome to include as like an upcharge or an upsell or something for your clients. Like, hey, you can come in and train with me, and then you also have the option of doing red light therapy for an additional blah, blah, whatever you want to charge. But just something else that you can do, especially since we are noticing such awesome effects from it. Just something that you could also include into your business model.
Most definitely. And this is insanely affordable compared to some companies. I was doing research and there was red light therapy beds for $65,000 or $75,000. No, this is $3,500 for the two of these, I believe. And
that includes the hanger.
Yeah, that includes the rack and everything. It is hands down worth every penny. If you ask me, it was an investment worth making, an investment in our health, an investment in our dog's health. an investment in your company, like all over. It was an amazing investment, and I would do it all over again, honestly.
And we also noticed, or when we were researching, that these are medical grade. So these are the ones that you find in like health clinics and things like that. So you know it's really high quality. It's just not like the red light that you can find on different companies that are literally just regular bulbs that are painted red, and that's why they're so much more affordable. This is legit medical grade red light therapy, which is why you notice such profound effects from it.
Yeah, and I will say I had researched for months, like he mentioned, and I was trying so hard to find a reputable company. And honestly, I had reached out in January to a company that still had their Black Friday deals posted online. And I asked them if they would honor their deals, and they said no. And I said, okay, then fine, I will find another company. And I'm so grateful they didn't honor those, because they have no information on their products. They don't tell you like the wavelengths, and they don't tell you different settings and distances and time lengths based on what benefits you're looking for. And all of that they do have for Mychondria. So I am so grateful to that company for denying me that. I know that was like a cheaper thing. I would have spent like $500 for like a face mask and like a pad you lay on or something, with no actual information saying that it was going to work other than it was a red light. So when I found Mychondria and they had so much information, I actually had come across a video, probably from like the founder or somebody, I don't actually know who he is, but he was talking about all the information that they're willing to give people purchasing, their red lights, because they actually know that they are beneficial and these things work. And so no other company could give me that. And it was just like, you know what, this may have been a bigger investment than that $500 mat that I was looking at. But once again, worth every single penny, would do it again, hands down.
And not only do they give you that information, they make it super convenient for you to find. Like on the app that we showed you earlier, it's really easy to look through that and be like, okay, what time do I need to be under this red light to experience what benefit?
Yeah, so the website he's talking about, when you can see all the benefits and whatnot, that's great. And even download the user manual and whatnot for the different lights.
Yeah.
So,
but like Kayla said, 20 out of 10. Fantastic product.
And their customer service, mind-blowingly good.
Good.
The process of receiving these, I think they're a newer company, and that's perfectly okay. And there may be some bumps in the road, and that's perfectly fine. But their customer service has went out of the way to make sure that any experience we've had with them is extremely beneficial and like positive. And I couldn't say enough about Frank and his customer service.
Frank is phenomenal. He's been our point of contact this whole time, and he's just blown our minds with it.
He's just been wonderful.
Yeah. We had one minor issue, and it wasn't even their issue. It was a manufacturing issue, and he went above and beyond to make sure it was resolved. So and they do have a money back guarantee. I can't remember if it's 60 or 90 days, so I would totally tell you to look that up on the website. But they will buy the lights back from you. But before you think to do that, if you think you're not getting benefits from these red lights, I think you should self-reflect a little bit more and maybe even journal how you're feeling before you start this, and then start journaling maybe for like a week or two afterwards, and then see if you genuinely do feel different, because like we mentioned, you're not just going to wake up and be like, so much more energy. Like, it's just something that happens, and you just need to think about it a little bit more. Gradual.
Yeah.
And like I said, I wouldn't have even noticed if I wasn't already tracking my sleep. So maybe if that's the benefit you're looking for, track your sleep for a week before using it, start using it for a week or 2 weeks, and then see if your sleep improves. And that's evidence right there that it's working for you.
Absolutely. So
yeah, highly
recommend.
If you're ready to light up your life with medical grade red light therapy and invest in a brighter future, click the link in the description and use promo code RAINE, R-A-N-E, for 10% off.